Hello, friends, and welcome back to Humor Career Insights. This is Batje's take, and this is the space where we pause, reflect on the conversations that we have on the podcast in this season, Entrepreneurship as a Career Choice. The conversations are very powerful. My guests are incredible. But often it's in the reflection where the lessons become clearer. Today, I'm going to reflect on my conversation with Precious Nyarambi, which I had in the last episode. So if you have not yet listened to it, do go back one episode before and take a quick listen. I have 3 takeaways from this conversation: holistic empowerment, the importance of the ecosystem, and the courage to start before everything is perfect, before everything is aligned, before all the ducks are in a row. Let's talk about holistic empowerment. One of the things that stood out to me most in this conversation was Precious's point that empowerment has to be holistic. It's not enough for opportunities to exist if people are not prepared to recognize them, receive them, and run with them. That means empowerment is not only about access to capital or access to markets, it's also about mindset, confidence, skills, exposure, and readiness. That really struck me because sometimes we speak about empowerment in very broad terms, but this conversation reminded me that real empowerment is practical. It's about preparing people fully so that when opportunity comes, they are ready. The second takeaway is about the ecosystem. This season, especially in my conversations with women entrepreneurs, one theme keeps coming up again and again. Sometimes the biggest barrier is not only the individual challenge, but the ecosystem around the entrepreneur. Precious spoke about barriers such as limited access to capital, lack of collateral, financial literacy gap, market access, and social and cultural biases. These are not small challenges, they are structural. And so this conversation reminded me that when we talk about entrepreneurship, we cannot only focus on the founder. We also have to talk about the environment around the founder. A recent Forbes article that I read highlights that while women are starting businesses at record rates, structural barriers, including limited access to capital, smaller professional networks, and constraints within the broader ecosystem continue to limit how far these businesses can scale. And this applies also to careers in the corporate world. One of the books I am reading at the moment is The Broken Rung by Corey Miller and Rachel Thomas. And in it, there is research that shows that women face the biggest barrier at the very first step into management, what they call the broken rung, where fewer women are promoted compared to men, which then compounds over time and limits access to leadership and opportunity. What kind of system are we building? Are we creating access? Are we creating opportunity? Are we sharing knowledge? Are we making room for others at the table? The third reflection is about starting. Precious said something simple but important. Start. Start from wherever you are. Don't let limitations, frustration, or lack of resources stop you from beginning. That's a powerful reminder because so many of us wait for that perfect moment. We wait for the ducks to be in a row. We wait for things to align just perfectly. We wait until everything feels ready. But often growth happens in the journey itself. There's learning, unlearning, relearning, stretching, and becoming that happens only when we begin. And I loved her reminder that help can find you as you go. But when it does, you must be ready. So my reflections from this conversation are these 3. Empowerment must be holistic. Entrepreneurs need stronger ecosystems, not just stronger motivation. And sometimes the most important thing you can do is simply start. As always, I'm still looking for stories that celebrate growth mindset leaders, builders, and people creating meaningful impact in the world. If you know someone whose story should be shared on Humor Career Insights, please send their details to info@humor.org. That's info@humhr.org. And if you'd like to connect with me directly, you can find me on LinkedIn, Batje Chibafa, or my email, batje@humor.org, batje@humhr.org. If you are enjoying these conversations, please remember to follow, subscribe, share, and leave a rating or review wherever you are following, wherever you are watching. It really helps more people discover the podcast. And if you would like to support the continued growth of Humor Career Insights, you can also join our Patreon community and help us continue bringing these important conversations to a wider audience. Thank you for listening, and until next time, stay inspired.